contracting since everyone's asleep now.
All right, we have a quorum. I'm gonna go ahead and call this Dumfries Town Council meeting of Wednesday, August the 3rd, 2022 to order. Please take the roll.
Yes, sir. Councilman Brown. Councilman Fields. Councilwoman Miles.
Present.
Councilwoman Neville. Councilman Pete. Vice Mayor Nickerson. Here. Mayor Wood.
Present.
Sir, you have a quorum.
All right, and I did talk to each and every one of the ones who wasn't here. Let us know they wasn't gonna be here, council. Now we'll have a moment of silent prayer, and then we'll follow that by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please be seated. Oh, snap. It's not on the printer. But it's okay. All right, next on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda.
I move we adopt the agenda.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Phillips. All right, any discussion? Okay, seeing no discussion, I'll call for the motion. Councilman Phillips?
Yes.
Councilwoman Miles?
Aye.
Vice Mayor?
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. That motion carries. The agenda is fully adopted. All right, next on our agenda is awards and proclamation. Today, we get the honor to read a proclamation for Mr. Steve Ligger, who has been the director over at ACTS for the last, what is it, 7, 8 years? Almost 8 years, yeah, 7.5 years, 8 years he's been over there at ACTS, and July 31st was his last official day over at ACTS. He will not be leaving the area. He'll still be at the Health District, Potomac Health District over there. So he'll still be in the area, but we definitely want to commemorate the service. And I'm gonna start with this proclamation. It says the Dumfries Town Council hereby recognize Steve Ligger for his service to the town of Dumfries and Prince William County. And whereas Steve Ligger served as the Chief Executive Officer for Action and Community Through Service, also known as ACTS, which is a private nonprofit 501c3 organization. It serves the residents of Greater Prince William area, including the cities of Manassas and Manassas Park. He served there from April 2015 until July 2022. And whereas ACTS provides relief, it fosters hopes and promotes self-sufficiency for individuals and families in crisis due to hunger, homelessness, and interpersonal violence. And whereas Mr. Ligger, he revitalized the organization. He balanced its budget, he modernized its infrastructure, consolidated its program service, he reengaged its volunteer base, and extended its outreach into the local communities. Whereas Mr. Ligger envisioned a forward-thinking organization that was firmly grounded in the roots of service to the community. He met the physical and emotional needs of those most vulnerable in our community while advocating for change necessary to reduce those needs in the future. And whereas through his leadership, ACTS is not only an organization working for and in the communities, but is now a vital member of the community that it serves. And whereas Mr. Ligger's commitment to the residents of the town of Dumfries and Prince William County was demonstrated by his service, his selfless service, and his commitment will forever be remembered. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the town of Dumfries recognizes Steve Ligger for his service and dedication on this 3rd day of August 2022 by order of the town council.
Thank you, members of the council, Mayor Woods. I love this town. Dumfries is just, it's a great little town in the state of Virginia. Welcomed me when I came in, came from a little tiny town up in New Jersey, moved down here, felt welcome right away, and loved meeting the mayor. Shortly after you got elected, council members, got to know each of you. It was a pleasure. Axe is a wonderful place. I always said that I get to work with really good people doing wonderful work. And Axe is founded in Dumfries, has been in Dumfries for 53 years. And while I was here, we bought 3 more buildings in Dumfries. So Axe is going nowhere. It is part of this community forever. And I had the privilege of serving in this community for the past 8 years. So thank you so much. It's been nothing but a pleasure.
Thank you. Councilwoman Miles.
Thank you, Mayor. Steve, I just want to say it's been a pleasure having you serve this town in the capacity that you have. Under your leadership, I've been around here a long time. Axe truly evolved under your leadership in terms of community outreach and having that impact. So I am sad that you're leaving, but I'm comforted in knowing that you'll still be spreading your magic throughout the town of Dumfries and in Prince William County. So truly wish you well for in your future endeavors. And we will be in touch soon because you can't get rid of me now.
Councilman Phillips.
Thank you for your service to the town. Greatly appreciated. Great to see what Axe has done over the years and the great improvements over the years under your leadership. So again, we're sorry to see you go, but I hope someone just as good as you got some tough shoes to fill, I know, but can take over and continue Axe and doing great things for our community. Thanks.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you for your service to the town, Steve.
Yeah, we had the honor to see you get many awards over the past years. You were here for the 50-year celebration. I think we recognized you at the Mayor's Ball as the nonprofit of the year. And you just done amazing work during the pandemic for even the amount of food that was given out over the course of the last year. It's a parallel. I think you've almost tripled the amount of revenue and the money that you brought into that organization. You seem like a masterful grant writer to be able to go out and to get the resources and the money. And so you have been a tremendous asset. I know it's going to take more than probably a year to find somebody to replace, but we hope the search committee and the board do well. But we look forward to working. Again, thank you. And we do want to recognize you for your service. All right, next on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from our July 5th meeting.
I move we approve the minute.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved. It's been seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none. Councilwoman Miles.
Aye.
Councilman Phillips. Vice Mayor.
Yes.
All right, that's a yes for me. That motion carries 4-0. All right. Next on the agenda will be our citizen comment period. Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. The first citizen that has signed up to speak is not a resident of Dumfries, but they would like to speak, and it's Ms. LaTanya Walker,
Business.
but she is a business owner here in Dumfries.
Hello, Council. Hello, Mayor. I just wanted to briefly come up and reintroduce myself. I'm Tanya from Tanyas Place right here in Dumfries, 3908 through 3912 Lansing Court. I have a 3,000 square foot facility over there. Tanyas Place is a social club and gaming center for people with special abilities and others. We cater to the general population, ages 5 and over to 99. 100 if you can make it. We promote inclusion in a social setting from a place of love and acceptance for all people. We have staff that are highly qualified to work with all abilities. I just wanted to introduce a program that we've just started at Tanyas Place. It's called Stars for the Performing Arts. And the stars stand for Shining Through Adversities, Reaching Success, where we will have music classes, dance classes, acting classes, singing classes, financial and health workshops. We have a movie theater room, video games, an art room, weekly bingo, and just we want the public to get involved. If you guys, I would like to invite you over just for an open house, for you to come over and just come through and see what we're offering over at Tanyas Place. Also, on August the 20th, we will have a back to school event over in the Dumfries Shopping Plaza, August 20th. We will be giving away backpacks, toiletries, personal items, some gently used and new clothing, shoes, some of the things that they will need to go back to school. We'll have vendors, vendor spots are still available, and we will have entertainment and giveaways. So that'll be August the 20th. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. The next citizen to speak is Ms. Ebony Lofton on financial reporting.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ebony Loft, and I live on Milroy Drive here in Dumfries. First, I wanted to say I know he's probably gone already, but congrats to Steve Liga. I've had the pleasure of not only being once upon a time a recipient of services at ACTS, but I had a chance to volunteer and help unload trucks there. And it is a beautiful, wonderful establishment. So I agree, it's going to be tough to fill those shoes. And also just about Tanyas Place, I also had a chance to tour that facility. It really is a blessing and really great. So if anyone who hasn't had a chance to go and visit and see all of the great things they have there, they should. Just wanted to mention, I know that the town treasurer is making her fourth quarter expenditure review. And it's great to see how well the town is doing and tracking. Someone like myself who has a financial background, when you provide percentages, it's always good to have a context. So for example, when we have DMV revenue of $556, it's good to know what is it 556 percent of, or perhaps even a year over year comparison, just to really dig deep and see more details as to how great the town is progressing. Lastly, I did want to, and I think I've mentioned this before, either an email or another council meetings, but perhaps someone could get back with me or explain a little bit in more detail with regards to the town charter, section 2.81, as it relates to the town treasurer's responsibility. Paragraph 6 states that the town treasurer shall provide to the town council on a monthly basis a schedule of receipts and expenditures for the previous month and a budget versus actual year to date. So it's pretty much what I just stated. And I know in previous years, the latest I could find was from 2018 when the town used to provide that sort of information. I think it leans great to transparency and accountability in our town. Thank you so much for your time.
Madam Clerk. Okay. Was there any citizens that came in a little late that wanted the opportunity to speak? Okay. All right, we'll move on to council comments. Just want to make sure. Councilman Phillips, you have any?
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for coming out this evening. Summer is almost at the end, not quite. I'm still going to enjoy as much summer as I can. Please hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I can't express that enough. Over the weekend, I was involved with my father. We were out motorcycle riding, and he got overheated and dehydrated, wound up in the emergency room. So look out for your elders. We thought we did the best that we could do, but Dad still basically passed out. So I'm glad I was there to assist, first aid, and get medical response right away. He's doing fine now. But we must keep in mind, pre-hydrate, not just on the day of. You have to condition your body to that all the time. We have a lot more hot days left in the summer. School is getting ready to start. We have great opportunities to come out and get your kids some things, like we have the thing coming up on the 20th. Please come out. I'll be there to meet and greet everyone and assist with Tanya and getting the program off. So we got some great things to look forward to. And next thing you know, it'll be fall. So let's get things going. I think we mentioned something in the spring that we're gonna do our best to help as many kids as possible with school things that are needed. So the communities, even ACTS and what we're doing here and across the community, just look for resources, ask us for resources. If you need some help, let us know. I'm quite sure if we don't have the answer right off the top of our head, we can get you the answer and point you in the right direction. Thank you.
Councilwoman Miles.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you to our police department for a successful National Night Out. Thank you for all your hard work to make the day special for our residents and for us alike. I heard you guys got out there at 1 o'clock and started setting up and you bared the elements off the heat. So just want to say thank you and appreciate your efforts.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you. I too want department once again for their great efforts with the National Night Out. You guys did an amazing job and it was a really great turnout. So thank you to the community for participating. It's important that the community participates when the town puts on these events because your participation is what motivates the town to continue to put these events on. So when you show up and show that you are interested, that's what keeps us going and motivates us to continue to do these events. And it shows, especially the police department, that you appreciate their efforts because they were out there in the sun and in the heat and bought, activities for the children. And so it was really great to see so many people out there enjoying, and the children had a great time. So I really do appreciate those efforts. I also enjoyed the opportunity to ride through the neighborhoods and meet some of the folks who were not able to come out to the park. It's always great to see the children and how they respond to the police officers when we drive through the neighborhoods. They don't run away. They run up to the cars. They come out to see what do the police have to offer us today? What treats are they? What treats are they giving out? They come to talk. It's so great to see that some of the children know the police officers by name. They interact, they're happy to see them. And it warms my heart to see that the neighbors and the children are interacting with our officers. It shows that the community policing that's being done is being well received and it's making a difference. And I love to see that. So thank you again, Dumfries Police Department, Chief Gallion, for all your efforts. You guys are doing a great job, so please continue to keep that up. I also wanted to bring to everyone's attention, I gotta get my notes because I forget things. So myself, Supervisor Bailey, Delegate King, Supervisor Franklin, and the Prince William Community Foundation, of which I'm a board member, we are also hosting a Back to School Community Day event at the 234 commuter lot on August 13th, which is next Saturday. It is a major event where we will also have free school supplies, snack boxes, food trucks, live music, and games. It is from 3 to 6 p.m. There will be a lot of fun activities out there for the children. There will be an abundance of school supplies. If you are able to come out, bring the children to get the school supplies. I know that there are a lot of schools who are providing school supplies this year, which is great, but there are still going to be some children who will need additional school supplies, and not all of the schools will be giving out school supplies this year. So if you know some neighbors who will need some school supplies, please come pick them up. If you are in a position to donate, we are still accepting both monetary donations as well as supplies. So please, if you want to share some information, get some more information, you can send an email to info@pwccfoundation.org, or you can email me and I can pass along the information or answer any questions that you may have. Again, that event is at the 234 commuter lot, which is over near McDonald's on 234. We'll be there from 3 to 6 p.m. And we are also seeking volunteers to help set up ahead of time. So I look forward to seeing you all out there. Thank you.
Again, I attach myself to all the comments of my colleagues. Congratulations on another successful National Night Out, to the departments for going out there. Every year it gets gooder and gooder. Yeah, don't worry about that English. Just want to remind everybody, each and every Saturday, we do have a farmer's market that takes place on Grand Park Road over at the newly acquired building that used to be formerly known as the Rescue Squad in that parking lot. Every week, the vendors come out there vigorous and excited with different types of vegetables, cakes, and desserts, and even some handmade soaps and stuff. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to share the news that the farmers market is right here in Dumfries on Saturday. We ask that you participate and continue to get the word out. I want to congratulate our Department of Finance, our town manager, our entire staff. I know we sent out a press release yesterday, but I want to congratulate them here for the 4th consecutive year getting the government finance for the Budget Presentation Award. It's a major award, just shows good governance and finance and what they've been doing and how they've been presenting this budget over the last 4 years. So I want to congratulate them for their continued hard work. And just continue to tell everybody again, as Councilman Phil said, that definitely we're getting into these, what they call the dog days of summer, right? So you got to stay hydrated, get those electrolytes in, stay cool, just stay alert. So thank y'all for your participation. With that said, we'll move into our reports and our presentations. All right. And our first presentation is going to be given by Comcast Affordable Connectivity Program. Miss Stacy Brunette? Okay.
Senior Director of Government and Regulatory Affairs at Comcast. Thank you, Mayor Wood and members of the council for this opportunity to share information with you. Brief presentation. I know I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to go a little fast. Share information with you about free internet service for community members here in the town of Dumfries through the federal government's Affordable Connectivity Program. You might have read about it when the president announced it, and there were all the service providers there and lots of dignitaries, because this is something new that the federal government is doing to promote equity when it comes to the digital divide. So before I proceed, though, I want to applaud the town of Dumfries for your efforts to bridge the digital divide by building a Wi-Fi network that demonstrates your commitment to equity and what you're trying to do to make sure income-constrained families have a connection to the internet. So that's amazing. But I'm here to talk to you today about a direct connection, wireline connection. And I would suspect most of you probably have a wireline connection at your homes. I'm not going to make any assumptions that all of you do, but I suspect many of you do. And the benefit of a direct wireline connection as opposed to Wi-Fi is it provides consistent speed. It offers additional layers of security, and it provides greater reliability. And so Wi-Fi and a direct wireline connection are complementary. It's not like you have to have one or the other. It's great if you have both. And so by way of the federal government's Affordable Connectivity Program, anyone in the United States who receives some type of public assistance, such as Social Security, Medicaid, TANF, SNAP, WIC, all those programs, if you receive public assistance, public housing assistance funding, then you qualify for the federal government's Affordable Connectivity Program. And by way of that program, every month you get a $30 credit. It doesn't go to the community member, it goes to the company that you decide to go with. A $30 credit for the purpose of internet service. And so Comcast is one of the companies who are participating in this program with the federal government. And by way of our Internet Essentials program, which is our low-income, high-speed internet program, you can get 100 megabits service, which is a fast speed, for the $30. And 4 to 5 people in your house can stream movies, participate in video conferences, watch, or play games contemporaneously, and you will have reliable, consistent service. That's not probably something you can do using Wi-Fi. And so I want to provide one statistic. 90% of households in affluent cities have a direct wireline connection. 90% of households. Only 50% of households in high poverty cities have a wireline connection. And so that shares with you something about the disparity and how important a wireline connection is. And so I'm coming to the conclusion. My ask here today is that Comcast wants to partner with the town of Dumfries to share information with your community about the availability of this program. And so I want to think creatively and strategically as to how we can efficiently and effectively share information with your community about this program. We're doing this everywhere where we offer our services. We're going around talking to community leaders saying, hey, let's partner to let the community know you can have a direct wireline connection and it's free. So based on my ask, I'm hoping that we can communicate after this. I will send a follow-up email asking who do I need to work with within the town of Dumfries to make this a reality that we share information with. I have flyers with me, but I want to do it strategically and work with whatever systems you have in place for communications. So any questions?
Council?
No, I don't have any questions, just a comment. I am looking forward to speaking with you after the meeting. This is something I'm very excited about.
Good.
Making sure people have access to opportunities is really key to me. And a lack of internet connectivity really puts you at a disadvantage. So we can bridge that gap. I'm happy to do that. So I look forward to following up conversations with you.
Thank you so much. I definitely will communicate with you. I just wanted to share something that we don't all think about frequently. The internet is the world's largest library. And in seconds, in a fraction of a second, you can get access to volumes and volumes of information on anything you can think about. Everybody needs to have that ability.
Vice Mayor.
So there are some people in rural areas, which is not necessarily an issue here in the town of Dumfries, who still don't have reliable access to internet. And then in the town of Dumfries, there are people who have Comcast, and then there are those who have Verizon. So do you have to be a Comcast customer then to? You're shaking your head no, so you don't?
You do not. Verizon is also one of the companies that is partnering with the government to support this program. So those people can stay with Verizon or they can switch to Comcast if they want to. And then concerning the rural areas, the federal government has, I forgot the number, but there's several billions of dollars that have been allocated to cities and towns across the United States to help build up those areas. And Comcast is one of the competitors for different bids in some other communities in Virginia. We've won some bids to build out in those rural areas. So that's what's happening. We're responding to requests for proposals to build.
Thank you.
Councilman Phillips.
Thank you for your presentations. Wonderful presentation. I want to piggyback on what Vice Mayor said about the rural areas. Though we might not have it here, but if you go down Batestown Road to the end, it gets very rural real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe we may have some students that may attend Dumfries Elementary that could definitely use that that service out in that area. It may be close enough to the town that it's not an issue, but I'm hoping to have that available for anyone that attends anything that has to do with the town of Dumfries, whether it's a church, whether it's a school, Sunday school, so have it. I'm happy to see it.
Well, we're happy to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the other great parts of this is I think a lot of people, they hear about Comcast Essentials or their promotion, but they don't know that there's federal aid that's out there. And I think the part to bring awareness, like if you're already on free or reduced lunch, or you're getting WIC and all of that. We have a lot of Title I students that lives in our community that could benefit for this, and this could be a huge lift for them. Getting the education equity, like you said, that this the internet, bringing perspective. It's a huge library and a huge resource, and I think that a great awareness campaign. And I was I was happy to meet your boss, Misty, as we sat on a broadband panel together and just talked about, how to really get this message out, and appreciate you really taking the invitation to come out here and to present this to the community, because I think it, the more we can get the word out, the more we can make known these resources that are available. I think we start to bridge that gap and create a lot of equity in this type of service. So thank you. Councilors, anything else? Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
All right, next on our agenda is going to be our fourth quarter financial update from our finance director / treasurer, Ms. Kimberly Goodwin. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, council and citizens. My name is Kimberly Goodwin. I'm the Director of Finance for the town of Dumfries. In the fourth quarter and for the entire fiscal year, the town revenue has consistently remained solid throughout the fiscal year, exceeding budget by 111%. Key highlights in revenue item is DMV revenue was 556%. That is assisting the DMV headquarters with other revenue that are coming in within the state. Building and permits, 543%. The key highlight for that one is the Rose project payment was, which exceeded over 400,000 in the payment. Gaming tax, 169%, sales tax, 125%, and meals tax, 103%. Commonwealth of Virginia fiscal year ending June 30th was extraordinary year, reaching good revenue points and finished strong. This is caused by the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines and help revive the economy, and the spur of consuming spending. Virginia unemployment rate is at 2%, which is the lowest since the pandemic of March of 2020. For the expenditure side, expenditures closed at 88% below target. Gas prices still remain a struggle in the fourth quarter. In a post-COVID world, the increase of demand of goods and service has skyrocketed. Consumer pricing will likely be higher than normal for the remaining of the year, but will eventually stabilize. Annual report of the town finances would be distributed on or before the 15th of August. Any questions?
Yes, I just want to see if I can offer clarity or get clarity from you. So the town revenue actually came in 11% over what was projected.
That is correct.
Okay. So although it says 111%, it actually came in 11% over what we budgeted for in the budget.
Right.
Same thing with our sales tax, 25% over budget. Meals tax, 3% over budget. Gaming tax came in 69% over budget. I think it just looked a little confusing, and I just wanted to make sure that I offer clarity so people don't go looking at our numbers thinking we're actually 169% over budget. But I think we're 69% over budget. And then on your expenditures, you say we closed at 88% below budget, but we came in at 88% of what was projected. So 12% under budget?
Right. So we had a budget and we performed below that, which is a good thing. Because we are receiving more revenue than we are expensing out.
Okay. All right, council, do you have any questions, comments? That's where I'm excited. Thank you for, I know the department is small, all the changes, getting us, out of the paper chase and getting us all digital. Being able to, I think I've seen a lot of changes this year as far as everything going digital, finally coming online.
Yes.
I think, which is a huge play. A lot of the forms, a lot of your collections are way up. And, looking at these numbers coming 11%, that's with us giving a full tax abatement to our citizens. Correct. I think that's a great highlight for us to note in there that these numbers came in and we still was able to give a tax abatement. So I definitely wanted to highlight that and commend you and your team for that work and working with the state DMV department to bring in, I think a big thing about DMV is they're also responsible for collecting all the other taxes that we see there because it's also our customer service center. So, wow, the Rose Project brought in 443% more. So, yeah, that's pretty huge. Councilman Phillips.
I think the smiles on our faces says it all. Thank you for your good work.
You're welcome.
Is there any other comments? Tell me, did you have anything you want to add to your budget? I think the GFLA, that should have been it. All right, thank you, Ms. Cameron.
You're welcome.
All right, seeing no final comment, at this time that adjourns our meeting. That concludes our agenda. Our meeting is now adjourned.